But the ark would have been dropped down from street level up above, down into this quarry in 586 BC. Here we are walking down the steps into Zedekiah's cave. But you can see straight angles here where the blocks were quarried out, 90-degree angles and so forth. Here you can see more 90-degree angles.
Obviously hewn with human hands.
Yes, where they were quarrying out the rocks. But the ark was dropped down through here, and there's a sign here indicating that there was a carving at this point, a carved figure. It was found in 1874, and it's now in a museum in London. But this is where it was cut out of the rock, this carving. And what this is a four-legged creature with wings and a type of human head on it. And it was used to mark the way where the Ark of the Covenant was taken.
Oh, goodness. Well, let me stop you there. We'll have a cliffhanger here. We're going to come right back with more of the Ark of the Covenant. Kevin Fisher, tell us more.
Yes, so we saw the carving there, and in 2 Maccabees 2, now the Apocrypha may not be totally 100% inspired, but it does have some nice historical information in it. It says here, Jeremiah found a cave dwelling. He carried the tent, the ark, the incense altar into it, then blocked up the entrance. Some of his companions came to mark out the way, but were unable to find it. When Jeremiah learned of this, he reprimanded them. The place shall remain unknown, he said, until God finally gathers his people together and shows mercy to them. Then the Lord will bring these things to light again. So Jeremiah's men were marking the way when they were taking the Ark of the Covenant. And not far from here is a tunnel that leads all the way up to its current location. But
so they were told, you've stopped carving.
Yes.
They just about gave away the surprise.
Right, right.
Okay.
So just about 50, 60 feet from here is this large man-made wall that was thrown up hastily. Behind this wall is a tunnel that leads up 370 feet to where the Ark of the Covenant is today.
Wow. So if one were allowed by proper authorities to take down this wall, a straight tunnel right to the Ark of the Covenant.
Yes.
Wow.
So here we are standing next to the wall. Again, it's probably 40 to 50 feet across, closing up a tunnel through there. And in our video here, so we're panning across the wall. This is pitch black, but we did bring in a few lights. And you can see that this is a man-made straight wall going across.
It does look like it was made in a hurry, doesn't it?
Yes, and in Ron's later years, he would come to this wall, and he would stand there, and if God wanted him to proceed, a man or an angel would come up to him and say, remove these stones and you can proceed. So, but in the early years, he didn't have that luxury. He had to do the years and years of digging to get to the Ark cave and so forth. So where the Ark is, it's in a garden in John 19. Now in the place where he was crucified, there was a garden. In the garden, a new tomb in which no one had yet been laid. So the area where the crucifixion site is, there should be a garden and a new tomb. And that's what we have at the Garden Tomb grounds today.
Know, I've read that verse 1,000 times, and you don't correlate that these things, according to that verse, if you take it literally,
yes,
should be right
they
next
should be
door.
Together, yeah. And so there in the Garden Tomb grounds, you have evidence that this was a garden area. Here's an ancient wine press, very large, one of the largest in Jerusalem. And there's the tomb itself. And in Matthew 27, make it secure as you know how. So they went and made the tomb secure, sealing the stone and setting the guard. So just to the left of the entrance to the tomb, I had my hand next to this iron rod. Why is the iron rod there? They were sealing the rolling stone so it could not roll back to the left here. Here's a close-up of it, where the iron rod was broken off by the angel. When the angel came down, he broke off that iron rod that was sealing the stone, keeping it from rolling back, and allowing the stone to be rolled back to the left. And of course, Jesus came out triumphant.
And as I understand, there's proof of that because the Romans had an iron pin sealed in molten lead.
Yes.
That's the way they sealed things. That's what's found in the Colosseum.
Yes,
And so this was that same construction method.
that's right. That's what they found there. So, and also John 19, he bearing his cross went out to a place called Place of the Skull, which is called in Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him. And so if you go to the far end of the Garden Tomb grounds, you can look out over the overlook there, and you see a short distance away, maybe 40 yards, is this Place of the Skull. So you can see the two eye sockets here, the nose. And so, again, this is showing us that we're in the correct location. Now, this is the cutouts. I'm standing here next to the cutouts. This is near current ground level today. Ground level is a little bit higher than this, about 3 feet. But those are the cutouts, and the Ark of the Covenant would be approximately below where I'm standing there.
Wow.
This is the way it looks today, as far as there's a deck that's been built there.
A nice place to have lunch right on top of the Ark of the Covenant.
Right, right. So, yeah, that table is close to where the Ark of the Covenant is underground, about 40, 45 feet under this.
So right around this is where that center cross hole was
Yeah,
found
the
as well.
cross hole will be underground below this, yes,
Okay.
in the bedrock.